Hello, my name is Second. We're playing FTB Presents F.A.M. And we're down here in the basement, which is getting a little cramped. We are going to first today move our storage down to a second, as yet undug out, basement. I'm hoping that we have the elevator mod in this pack. We do. Delightful. Oh, and the pack got updated. The warp scroll? Yeah, this is no longer gated behind killing the Urghast, so that's nice. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna dig down here a little ways. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna go down 2 more. Alright. We're going to put one elevator right there. And then, just for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to pillar up a little bit. We're going to put another one down. Now, what you do is if there's an elevator on top of an elevator block, you jump. And then you sneak to get down. You can also get these going so that you're going back and forth. I've never done that. There's supposedly a way to do that. Yeah, there's these directional, we can put camouflage in it. They're pretty cool, but I'm going to dig that out. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this controller, put that right back down there for now, I guess, and this setup, there we go, we'll take it downstairs. Now when we set up a refined storage system, there's going to be a block right there. And we're going to run a little cable down to an external storage. That will, if you don't know what that means, it'll make sense soon, because I hope we're doing it today. If not today, definitely next time. But we're going to take the controller, we're going to put it right there. And a transporter, and the chest. And another transporter. And the ender chest. Let's get rid of this. And we gotta set these to extract. Next thing, we're coming out here. And we're actually gonna get rid of some of this. We're gonna put down another ender chest. We're gonna trade the basic out for an advanced. So it'll transfer more items at once. Where is my configurator? Oh, there it is. It's right in my inventory. And then, after we grab these pipes, we are going to move all these drawers downstairs. All those drawers are moved. All hooked up. We switch to advanced. There's stuff. I wish the pack had like the trash can mod in it or something. But we might be able to figure something out with that stuff. Now, for refined storage, which we're going to get into, I cleared out the ore processing so we have room for it. We're going to need some slime, and we can get it from our friend Edmund. So that's nice. An episode or 2 ago, we smelted ourselves up some silicon out of a Certus quartz dust, and we're getting the Certus quartz from Edmund also. We're going to be moving along in that mod. We're going to make ourselves some processor bindings. And these are one of the base building blocks of the mod here. We're going to take ourselves 16 gold. Alright. We're going to take half a stack of iron. And what's our diamond situation? Not great. Well, we're going to take what we got as far as diamonds go. I think I might have just said that. I have an idea of how we might be able to get some more if we get really desperate. So we can make advanced processors, basic processors. Those will... Wait a minute. Reborn storage, huh? Does this have better crafters by chance? Crafting CPU, crafting storage. Interesting. Super advanced processor, a super wireless grid. That's cool. And then Book of Reborn storage. Anyway, I got distracted. We don't have the one mod that I like that adds the higher tier crafters, where you can add more rows of recipes. But you know, this looks interesting. Yet another thing that we're gonna need is quartz enriched iron. We're gonna need a good amount of it. Now, refined storage all starts with the controller. We will need a little bit of stone for some machine frames. Forgot about the machine frame. Let's go now. You get one controller per system. Systems don't work without a controller. Also, this is where you pump in the power. Now, it's not going to do too much for us just on its own. We're going to need at least 2 more things. The first of which is a grid of some kind. Now, the new thing in this recipe is the construction core, which is a basic processor in glowstone, and the deconstruction core, which is a basic processor in nether quartz. You'll see that theme repeated through the mod, putting something into the system, taking it out. The sort of conceit of it is you're storing your stuff on like a hard drive, basically. And we will be making disks. It's not a hard drive, basically. It's a hard drive, exactly. There is our first grid. Now, with that, we could see items in our storage system. I would like to be able to craft with the items in our storage system. So we are going to go ahead and make a crafting grid, which is one of these advanced processors, and a crafting table. The next thing on the menu is a disk drive. It's all familiar parts. There's a chest thrown in for good measure. You will be shocked to know that that's where you keep your disks. Let's see, those are the, okay, we'll start with 1K storage disk. This will hold 1,000 items. And you make these parts with silicon. 1,000 items is a good amount, but it's not that much. So we're gonna cook up some more silicon. I'm gonna see if we have the juice. I didn't count. But I'm gonna see if we have the juice to make 9 of these 1K. So let's, we got 7. So a little more silicon to chomp up. There we go, 9. Now what you'll find is in multiples of 3 crafting, you will get a multiple of 4 resultant storage. So for the price of 3 1K storage parts and a little bit of redstone, quartz, and glass, we are going to need more redstone. But you can have 4K instead of 3K. It's not that much more expensive. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's see, where'd it go? Here we go, 4K. And we'll make 3 of these, and then we'll do the same for a 16K storage part. That'll hold 16,000. And we'll make a casing around it for a disk. 16,000 is a good amount to start. Do we have anything in here? No, good. Okay. We're gonna have, what are we gonna have? We'll have our controller here. We'll have it out a little bit. You can see it's got power. It does have a GUI. It'll show you all the refined storage things that are connected to it. We're gonna put a disk drive down. We're gonna put our crafting grid down. Now, this might hold a little bit. No, it doesn't. It holds nothing by default. So we're going to take our 16K storage disk, and you'll see this go from 0 out of 0 to 0 out of 16K. And now we can throw some of this stuff in here. And probably all of the stuff from those chests. But first, I want to see if we can make, there's all kinds of, that's way too many kinds of cable. Okay. That's a terrible way to look for this. Let's make 12 cables. And we're going to want to make an external storage. Now what an external storage does, it hooks up to any inventory and it will allow you access to what's in it. This is cool for something like functional storage because you can just you could attach it to a chest and then we'll be able to take things in and out of this chest. So what? But you can attach it to a controller from functional storage or storage drawers or I think a couple other different similar things, and you will have access to that stuff. That's right, all our stuff's over here. You'll have access to it, and you'll be able to import into it directly from anywhere else in the system. The way you do that is you set a priority. We're just going to set a priority of 10. By default, it's 0. If we just throw something in here, it's 0. But now that we have, there we go. Now that we have this going, if we throw something in here, it'll prefer to go in the storage drawers. And if we look in here, we can see we now have access to storage drawers, functional storage. We have everything that was in the system. So this is going to be real convenient. I'm going to move most of the stuff from the chests. Okay, just about done moving everything that we're going to move. And this is so much better. There's a couple different ways you can sort it. You can search it. We can pull things out of the compacting drawers in any form we like. We got 4,300 items in there. This is going to be a huge help. And it's just scratching the surface of what we can do with this thing. A lot of the stranger choices I've made here are going to start making sense real soon. Now the next thing we want to do, not a filter, we want to make a couple patterns. And always a little hard to spot. Black crafters, red crafters, white crafters. Let's just look up a pattern grid. Here we go. We'll want to make a couple of these. There's 4 of them. Now we're going to throw one up there. And we're going to make ourselves another grid. We will need a destruction core. And hopefully that's enough of everything. Nope, we need casing. Always with the casing. And we're already out of quartz enriched iron. So there's that. Alright. One more advanced processor. And we got our pattern grid. The pattern grid allows you to encode recipes that this thing can then craft and or process. We'll be able to hook up the majority of these machines to this system and have them do things for us, which is very, very nice. Now, we got plenty of power. You can see here right now this thing's taking up 15 FE a tick. And what do we got? Only 2 of these. Maybe only this one. Yeah. We're running about 12 up here to keep it running. We're doing just fine with energy so far. That will change. But what we need to think about, we're so low on diamonds. Don't want to go mining. So I think what we're gonna try, I don't know if this works with damaged things. I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, and you can click right in and out of JI with this, if I didn't mention that already. Okay, now. Little experience is a little experience. We may get some diamonds from this. If we do, we're going to be styling for diamonds, because I know where we can mine, I know where we can farm a whole bunch of those. Yeah. Awesome. Now, since we're about to get some experience, I do want to try a little experiment. I think it's experience that's making this go up. That was a 47. And we'll just, yeah, the comparison is a little problematic with how high I have my resolution set, I know. But this will only take a second. 48. Okay. Looks like experience is at least one thing that makes that number go up. Now, we got 1 diamond so far. Let's see how many we get from all of this. This one has, like, no durability. Let's see. It hasn't failed so far. Yeah, okay. So there's no piece of diamond gear you find in this that's worthless. Alright, so we had 9 total pieces of gear. It looks like 1 diamond for a tool and 3 diamonds for some armor. We also got a little bit of sawdust. And we got a drawer slot for that. We got a drawer slot for everything down here, and plenty of room to expand. This is kind of the power of having something like this, where you connect to the drawers wirelessly. Like, you can just do so much more easily. So I guess maybe what we should do is go back to that dungeon and farm some diamond gear. But I am so tired of hooping it back and forth. We are actually going to try the warp scrolls and the portals. We can make a stack of source stone pretty easily right from here. We're going to keep some. But we're going to make ourselves another arcane core. And I believe we have another villager, maybe, somewhere. I hope. Could be in one of these. I don't know where any of these guys are now. Carol. Darn it. Carol. Perfect. Alright, Carol. You won't be a farmer for long. I don't think there's, what do you call it, anything out here for old Carol to distract herself with. Really like to pick that up. Alright, we can jump out of here, no problem. Alright, shouldn't be long. And she should turn into a suspicious wizard. Now basically, each crafter is going to cost us 2 diamonds. Each crafter can do 9 recipes. We're in the wrong GUI. That'll become a theme. Let's see, we're going to need more quartz enriched iron. Probably going to need more iron soon. Oh dear, okay, so cobbled deep slate, another construction core, and another destruction core will get us a crafter. And we're going to put it down just right here for the time being. We are going to want the wrench from refined storage. It doesn't matter the crafters that we're doing just recipes with, it doesn't matter what direction they face, but it's going to matter very much when we add them to machines. Basically, if we're going to pipe in from the top, we want this horizontal bar to be on the bottom. If we were piping in from the bottom, we'd want the horizontal bar to be on the top. Woohoo. Now, the first thing we're going to want to teach this thing how to craft is a pattern. And it's a terrible first example because these, when you shipped, it shows you what you're crafting, and if you don't, it shows you a pattern. We're crafting a pattern, so it doesn't matter what happens if we shift. Quartz enriched iron, though. This we can make a recipe for. See, it looks like quartz enriched iron when we shift. Now the crafter takes some power, and I think, what are we doing right now? We're doing 21. I think every recipe we add might also take some power. So it was a 21. It's now a 22. Yeah, okay. So maybe that's how it works. Maybe the crafters don't. Well, we'll have to double check that. But we're going to end up having a lot of crafters out here. And along here. Come on, Carol. Now, you probably noticed one of the ingredients is glass. We're going to want to teach this thing how to make glass. But we're going to want 2 more crafters. And we're also going to want something called an importer. Let's teach it how to make that first. So it's a cable. Actually, let's make some patterns, huh? This will be a nice demonstration. You see, we didn't have any, but it still showed the icon. It said craft. You click it, you get that little GUI. Very nice. So an importer, we'll teach it destruction cores. That's an improved processor. Okay, it doesn't know how to make it, but we got some. So we'll throw those in there. We're going to go ahead, see if we have the juice to make 2 of them. Okay. And we're going to want these underneath, and we can use the wrench to flip them around like so, so that the bottom, the obvious thing is facing down here. We want to make sure these are up and down. That's in, out. We're going to have crafter up here feeding it in. I think the pulverizer is like that already. Very good. Now we will need to connect this cable. And that'll do for now. We're also going to need to connect up, so we'll need... Oh no, we got it. There we go. This is all about making glass, folks, but we'll never have to do it manually again. That's... Did I not teach this thing crafters? I did not teach it crafters. I thought You do this enough times, you start to forget exactly where you are sometimes with a mod in a given playthrough of a mod pack. So let's see if we have enough to make 2. Okay, we need to teach it machine casings, and we're going to need advanced processors. Now I threw advanced processors in here to, or the raw ones. But you notice they disappear. They're going right into our system over here. So hopefully we can now make 2 crafters. Sure looks that way. Very nice. I'm going to get it right on top. That's perfect. That's perfect. And we're going to need some more patterns. Can I make 3 more? Do I have the glass to make 3 more? Looks like it. Okay, so speaking of glass, let's teach this thing how to make glass. It'll be a smelting recipe, or we could come over here to the redstone furnace. There's the sand. But there's all these different kinds, right? And theoretically, it will it will always use this. But if you have a recipe in the system that's showing this, this will be its default. Now, with chance items, this can get. I'll show you what happens. you click it in, and what you want to do, you see processing auto-clicks for you. This is the auxiliary slot in the processor. We don't need this thing trying to put 1 flint per gravel in. This is a secondary output, 20% chance. We don't want our sand recipe with our gravel to make the system think this is a way to make flint. But definitely 1 gravel per sand, no problem. Now gravel, we could do the same way. But let's see if we can find cobble. That's coal. Alright, that's cobble. There we go. Now we're going to do the same thing. And again, we're going to take the sand out. This is another possible. But we don't want the system thinking this recipe will give us sand, because it won't all the time. It'll just get confused. And now we can do this from the smelting, just like we could. See, now it's defaulting to this sand. This is still a smelting recipe, even though it's a redstone furnace. It just doubles up because of the nature of JI. Now, when you could take this glass out, we see we can craft it. We could craft 64 of it, just a whole stack. We could craft a lot more than that if we wanted to. And once this thing is finished grinding up Certus quartz dust, we'll be able to demonstrate. And we can already see what sand was in the system is in here being made into glass. And I assure you, what it's going to do, it's going to pour cobble in here to grind to gravel. And then it's going to pour gravel in here to grind to sand. And then the sand's going to go in here and cook up to glass. 1 button. It's awesome. Now, if we wanted to keep an eye on what this thing is doing, we're going to want a crafting monitor. This is another... Oh, it's not another grid. Oh, good. We're going to need more quartz enriched iron. We're going to need more iron after this. That's okay. We're going to want one of these. We're going to want to make 2 patterns. There we go. And we should have the improved processors. Now we can put this right here. And right-clicking, we can see this is the recipe it has going. It's got 33 gravel. The machine won't accept the sand. Don't worry about that. As soon as this thing, because we have gravel, we don't need to grind up cobble for it in this particular round. The gravel will go in here as soon as it can. And then when it's done with that, we'll get the sand in here. Now, no machine found is a problem. That means you got a pattern in the wrong place. Machine doesn't accept item. Generally, that's just telling you that it's queued. Alright, I am getting tired of waiting for Carol. I think Sean's unemployed. He might go right there. Yes, he did. Very good. Let's go ahead and get one boy in. A little bit of source. I think I have some. Somewhere. I hope. Yes. To run it again. Alright. It's getting some more sand going now. Yeah, it's the gravel's going in there. Ba-dum-dum-dum. Sand's going in here. We're in good shape. Let's see what Boyo has for sale. Oh, okay, so we could level him up with some amethyst? Let's do that. We have some amethyst, folks. That's one thing we're not singing for just yet. Alright. I'll get him leveled. He's a novice. He's a novice. He's an apprentice. Okay, so he's good. Whatever this stuff is. I thought that was a level 2 trade. Let's see. Warp scroll. It's a level 2 trade. Sorry, Sean. Okay, we got another one. Come here. Let's hope it's not a super rare trade. That would be unfortunate. Alright, Brendan. What do you got?
Huh?
Here we go. Let him go spinny. Come here, buddy. No. No luck again. Oh, Carol finally lost her job. Let's see. I got Brendan up to level 3. Didn't look too good. Alright, I guess we're doing sourceberry rolls. Oh, wait. We have a million frost eyes. Let's grab some. Take the sourceberry rolls, though. That's some good food diversity. Let's see, what do you want? Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get a stack of these. Hopefully, this time will be the charm. Yeah? And now. Alright, I guess it's a rare trade. We can also, apparently, get these things from one of the vending machines? Iron vending machines. Yeah. We have 1 iron coin. We will probably not be so lucky. But it's worth a shot. We'll get a look at what all we can get out of here. All kinds of things. Okay, a universal attractor from artifacts. This is a magnet. That may come in handy. It does, however, it looks like we're gonna be hoofing it back to the dungeon. Alright, here we are again, heading down to level 3. We never really dealt with this one, did we? What is it? It's a skelly spawner. Golden chainmail, though. We're looking for diamond gear, boys. So we've got... Oh, they're all over the place, aren't they? So we got this thing, and we got plenty of slots. They'll just pick it right up for us. We're just gonna split our time. Sounds like they're above me. Just gonna split our time between zombie spawners and see what gear we can collect. Okay, this looks like a good spot. Home sweet home. Giant hole sweet hole that I have to do something about one of these days. Totally in the way. So we have exactly a crate full. Let's see how well we do. Oh, it's gonna suck it right down, isn't it? So let's see. We had 12. Oh, okay. So a little under a stack we got from that. That's you know, that'll get us going with refined storage, certainly. And I think that's gonna about do it for this time, folks. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.